Okay, so I decided I was going to do a little kind of a instructional video on how this thing goes together. It looks pretty straightforward though. We're going to have 3 screws, and this is going to mount this to here. So we'll go ahead and do that. Just like so. I was kind of hoping that these would come with washers, and I may come back later and put some washers in there. But hopefully we won't have any problems with that. They seem to be big enough to go around the hole. So now it does also look like it's adjustable, and that may be the fact for the lens kit that could you have the option of putting on here. Now today I won't be putting the lens kit on mine because I do not have the lenses. I still have yet to order those. And I keep kicking myself because I haven't ordered them yet. I think we'll go ahead and slide it back. Well, I'll just put it right in the center. We'll try that. Okay, once that's done, only thing we have really left to do, just lay that to the side, and this is the tilt to cable for the tilt on the Phantom itself, is to pull this off. Now, I know a lot of you have pulled your camera off your Phantom before, so this should be straightforward. You just pull your plug there. I'm going to go ahead and pull these through. Like so. And then of course you're going to have underneath the plug for the tilt. It's got little deals on the side, and you kind of have to release them before. There we go. So the camera's off. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's out now. So we'll just put this to the side. And there's the fan. Of course, here's the camera. And now we'll go ahead and then we'll just mount it. Like I said, there's no screws that actually come out of the top of this. As you can see, it's just flat, but it uses these grommets. And as you know, I've got one missing here on mine, and I don't know if that's because it wasn't shipped that way or if it's purposely that way, but I doubt it, because there is a ring here that there's supposed to be one. So I might go and find my O-ring kit here later and just get me one for that. They say you're just supposed to push it in here like this, and it just slides right in. Now, I will have to say, that is very sturdy. I mean, I'm pulling on it pretty good, and it does seem like it wants to slide back out, but shouldn't have any problems in the air. Now, I guess if you know, a little leery about that, you could probably put a zip tie around it or something. But that did level it out. I mean, it's there. It ain't quite pushing it, but it's seems like it's pretty level that way, as you can tell. All right. So all we have to do now is pull the factory ones off, or your stock white dampeners. And this might be where the trouble will come in, because like I said before, these are a lot thicker, so you're probably going to have to be a little rough with them. just to get them in there. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and attach my tilt cable. There we go. I think I'll have my tilt cable come up through the center here. Everything so far seems to be matching up just fine. This is supposed to be 100% plug and play, no soldering, and no having to really set it up. Now, it does supposedly come with some software, and this board here is new to me. I haven't ever messed with this one, so, but it does come with software to configure it, and we may have to get into that later. But I want to see if it's truly plug and play. This is definitely giving me some surety that they won't just fall off. We've got two left here. Like I said before, they really are pretty tight and they're pretty sturdy. They don't have a lot of give to them. So I'm really curious on how well they're going to perform in the air. Okay, so I finally got all the dampeners on, and we're going to look at what wires go where here on the board. Let me see if I can get it. There we go. Now, these instructions are in black and white. Now, if you're more of a color person, then you can go and download the manual online, which I actually had to go look at because it says here to make sure that the signal wire is plugged in the right direction. Well, it's kind of hard to tell it in the picture what exactly is the right direction. So I went online and kind of looked there and seen that this is the tilt wire right here, and it has to plug in right here on this very first one on these series of the 3-prong connections. So in the diagram it shows that it needs to be, your terminals need to be facing towards you as you plug it in towards the back on the very last one. So that's where we're going to plug it in at. Alright, since now we have a shorter one for the roll, which is right here, it's a very short one, and it says in the diagram that we got to put it on the right hand side, so we'll go ahead and plug that one in. Should just seat, hopefully. That's one thing I've noticed about these connectors, they are pretty tight, so that's good. Alright, now we have to figure out which one. Let's see, the bigger one's going to be, looks like the bigger one's going to be the sensor cable. So the sensor cable is going to go here. The back one is the sensor. And then of course, your pitch is going to plug in right up front with the roll. Just like that. Now, here's the accessory cable that they send with it. It's actually wired onto the board, and I told you before that I really think I'm going to get a zip tie and zip it to this part right here, so it'll keep that from moving and the vibration, because I'd hate for that to come undone. It is wired on there, and I probably will take a picture of it and post it to be a little bit better quality. But as you can see, it looks like Let's see here if I can. It appears to me that they tried to get it underneath the wire here and they missed it. So I don't really like that idea. So I'm probably going to have a zip tie and zip tie it there. So we'll go ahead and plug that back into the back of our camera. And then this cable out of the Phantom itself will plug into the very back here. Just like that. So it arcs over and it seems to be straight in line with everything. We'll go ahead and flip this over. Now I may want to reposition my cable here. It looks like, yes, as you can tell, putting it underneath kind of tends to keep it from doing its job. And if it's doing this, that might work. So I'm going to put it up on top over the, like so. Now that seems to be a little bit better. Now this gimbal seems to be pretty balanced already. As you can tell, just picking it up, it really doesn't want to move a whole lot, which is good. I've seen some of them where you just, you know, they're like that, but if you just hold it there, it's going to stay. So this is good. It's well balanced, it seems like. Like I said, I'm not putting the filter kit on mine because I don't have the lenses yet, but I will be getting them sometime soon. So now all we have left to do is to do all our checks, make sure everything's tight, and we'll fire this thing up and see how well she does.